Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jose, but you can call me Juice, and I hope y'all are having a great motherfucking planty day. So today I'm going to be giving y'all an update on all of my moss pole plants. I have recently just put some plants on moss poles, and then I also have some plants I showed in my last video, which have grown a ton. So I'm super excited to show you guys. But before we get into that, if you didn't already know, I'll be uploading plant content here every Wednesday and Saturday. So if you'd be looking for that, I got you. And you should definitely check out my other videos, and if you already have, why not click that subscribe button? You're already here. Also, don't forget to leave me a like or a comment. But anyways, let's get right into the plants. So I'm gonna start off with the plants that I didn't show in my last video. So these are the new additions. First up, we have my philodendron ernestii, who I literally just put on a moss pole in my last video, and she's doing really good. That new leaf is still hardening off, but yeah, I'm really excited to watch her grow. There are 5 different cuttings in here, well, 4 including the mother plant. Everything seems to be doing really good so far. Like I said, I'm just really excited to watch her grow up this. Hopefully she gives me some huge leaves, because y'all, these philodendron can get pretty big. Wish her luck. But yeah, just put her on here so she hasn't really done much. So let's move on to the next plant. Alright, the next plant we're going to be talking about is my epipremnum cebu blue, who is actually behind me right here. And the reason I'm not getting up to grab her is because she's actually connected to the wall. So I'm just kind of leaving that there for now and just letting her do her own thing. But eventually I will put it on the rest of the moss pole, where all of the new growth is looking really good. She is attached to the moss pole super well. I'm just really excited to watch her get bigger, because if y'all didn't know, these plants can freaking fenestrate once they are mature. So that is what I'm trying to achieve. That is the goal. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. Alright, next up we have my philodendron bipennifolium. I finally put her on something to climb, because for the longest I didn't have anything for her to climb, so she was not the happiest. Because if y'all didn't know, these philodendron really thrive when they have something to climb, because if they don't, their leaves just get smaller and smaller, and we really want that mature leaf shape. She did used to have a mature leaf on here, but it has passed away. But yeah, I'm just really trying to make sure she gives me some nice big leaves. She's just putting out a new leaf right now, and the lower vine right here also put out a new leaf. So yeah, she's doing really well. I also put 2 cuttings in here, and they have also put out some new leaves. She's doing good. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, and that is actually all of the new additions. So now we're gonna move on to the growth updates of the ones that I showed you in my last video. So I'll make sure to put like some side-by-side pictures so y'all can really see the difference. But yeah, let's get into it. So first up, we're gonna talk about my philodendron camposportoanum, and she is doing really good. Look at those leaves. Wow, she is so freaking beautiful. Here's the other side, who's also doing really well. Both put out some new leaves recently. If y'all didn't see my air layering video, I recently wrapped her moss pole. Basically, I did this to kind of like reinforce the moss pole, because it was really skinny, so it was always freaking drying out. I think it's definitely helping with retaining moisture in the moss pole for longer, which was the goal in the first place. So I'm really happy about that. It's not the most like visually appealing, I know that, but honestly, it doesn't bother me too much, and she's just thriving. This philodendron has some really cool mature leaves, so I'm really trying to achieve those someday. Hopefully we will see that soon. She's definitely maturing though, because these leaves are just getting bigger and bigger, and the stem is starting to get really thick. The other side is definitely more juvenile, but she's definitely starting to size up as well. So I'm really excited for the future of this plant. I'm definitely gonna need to give her a moss pole extension soon. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next plant. Next up, we're gonna be talking about my philodendron pink princess, who is also right behind me. Y'all probably saw her in the last clip with my cebu blue, but she's doing really well. She did put out 2 new growth points. actually 3 new growth points, and they're all growing in really nicely, and she's giving me some really cute variegation, and I just love this plant so much. But I'm really excited because the new growth is attaching to the moss pole, so I'm really hoping I'm gonna get some big leaves with some nice variegation. The last leaves she has been giving me though have been more on the green side, so I don't know if she's about to start playing games with me again, but overall she's doing really well. On to the next plant. Next up, we're going to be talking about my philodendron hastatum, otherwise known as a silver sword, and she's doing really good as well. Here is her newest leaf. It is looking really nice, and the leaves are definitely sizing up, but yeah, she is doing really good, and I'm sure she has grown a ton since the last time y'all saw her. But I'm super happy to see that she is starting to mature, and hopefully one day I can get a mature leaf shape on this plant as well, because I also really like how they look. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, and these next plants are actually living in my mini greenhouse, so we're gonna go ahead and take a little field trip over there. And if y'all have stuck around this far, thank you so much. Y'all have some big plants coming your way after our field trip, so I'm excited to show y'all. Anyways, let me stop rambling and let's get into these updates. So we're gonna start off with my philodendron squamiferum. She is doing really freaking good, giving me some really nice sized leaves. And she is definitely already attached to the moss pole and doing really well. This was her last leaf. She is slowly getting that more mature leaf shape, so I'm super proud of her. She has a new leaf on the way, as I'm sure y'all can see. And another thing I'm super excited about is it looks like the moss is actually coming back to life, which I'm so happy about because I've really been wanting to grow sphagnum moss for the longest time. There's also this grass in here that's growing really cool, and I really like it. There's also a freaking root sticking up back there. Here are the fuzzy petioles, which they're pretty popular for. If she starts getting too big, I'll probably move her out of here, but next up, we have my philodendron burle marx fantasy. She's doing really freaking good as well. These leaves are looking really nice, and this philodendron actually like shingles up stuff, so it's really cool to see her start doing that. And the leaves on these can get pretty big as well. They definitely do change a little bit, but for the most part they stay the same shape and everything. So yeah, I'm just super excited to watch her grow up. Right next to her, we have my philodendron subhastatum, and she is doing really good as well. She just recently attached to the moss pole. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show y'all. Y'all can't really see it, but she just recently attached and she's doing really good. Oh, there you go. Now you can see where she's rooting in the moss pole. This is her most recent leaf. It's looking really nice. Y'all didn't know, these are popular for having those red backs. Oh, look at that. So pretty. But yeah, I'm really excited to watch her get bigger and bigger. I grew her from a baby, so super proud of how big she's getting, and I'm sure she's just gonna keep getting bigger. But that's it for the moss poles and my little greenhouse. And now we're gonna get into the big plants. So first up, we have my monstera adansonii, and y'all, I need to back up for this. Look at how big she has gotten. Oh my god. I am so proud of her. She has grown so much. Just look how big these leaves are getting. She just keeps getting bigger and bigger. This is her most recent leaf up here. It's looking really freaking good. But yeah, she has a ton of vines growing in here, and they're all pretty much attached to the moss pole. Eventually, they're all gonna freaking look like this, and this is gonna look so lush, so full. She has come so far. If y'all don't know the story between me and her, we went through it for a while. I literally got this plant as little cuttings, and I rotted most of the cuttings except for one. And from that one cutting, I have all of this. Ever since I put her in soil, she's been doing amazing. And ever since I put her on a moss pole, she's been doing fantastic. Like, freaking look at her. I just can't get over her. Look at that. So freaking pretty. Anyways, on to the next plant. Next up, we're gonna be talking about my... I gotta back her up too. So we're talking about my rhaphidophora tetrasperma. I'm sure y'all aren't even seeing her at the best angle. I'll definitely put some bee footage in, but just look at how tall she has gotten. Wow, I'm so proud of her. She's definitely starting to give me that more mature leaf shape. I'm just super happy with how she is growing. As you can tell, I'm really freaking enjoying these moss pools. They have benefited me so much. Literally, all my plants on them are thriving. So if you haven't made a moss pole yet or haven't tried them out, I highly suggest doing that. I'm freaking proud of all these plants. I'm sure I've said that like a million times in this video. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the last plant. All right, guys, and the last plant we're talking about today is my philodendron burle marx. Y'all, she is doing so good. She has grown so much. Look how good she looks. She's literally up to my hip. So she's gotten pretty tall, and I'm just so happy with how she is growing. It's literally just like a wall of leaves, and I just love how that looks so much. She hasn't really been giving me like any bigger leaves than what I've gotten before, so I don't know if she just needs some more time to mature. Maybe she needs more humidity. Either way, I'm just super happy with how she's growing in general. So even if I don't get the big leaves, I just really love how she looks. But yeah, I just love her so much. And yeah, that completes all of my moss pole plants. How many was that in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I forgot about one. Okay, I would do this fast since technically it's not my plant, but my boyfriend's monstera deliciosa is doing really good as well. We put this on a moss pole in a video together. This was her most recent leaf. It is really big, and she just put out this new leaf right here. So I'm really excited to see how big it's gonna be. She has rooted into the moss pole, as y'all can see right there. To watch her get even bigger is gonna be crazy. But yeah, so now we done with the moss pole plants. All right, so I went around and counted all of my moss poles, and I have 13 in total, which is crazy. But I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So I'm sure by like the end of this year, I'm gonna have like 20 plants on moss poles or something. But yeah, I had a really fun time hanging out with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed all of the growth updates. If you did, please make sure to leave me a like, and you can leave me a comment letting me know which one of my plants is your favorite on the moss pole, or any plants you plan on putting on moss poles. And if you didn't already know, I'd be uploading plant content here every Wednesday and Saturday, so if you'd be looking for that, I got you. You should definitely check out my other videos, and if you already have, why not click that subscribe button? You're already here. But yeah, I'm gonna head out and go to work, and I'll see y'all on Saturday. Bye.